Why did you just click on this video? Was it in your recommended, or what? And I am also asking you, why did you follow my steps? The title of this video is, do click on this video, but why did you do it? Did you want to see what is coming in this video? And didn't you realize you just gave me a free view? Okay, I am breaking the fourth wall here, but I'm serious. The short answer is, curiosity. You clicked on this video out of curiosity. What is in this video? And the long answer is, well, there are 4 possible reasons on why you clicked on this video out of curiosity. Most of them aren't really reasons, more of theories, and why you clicked on this video. If you have something that you don't know, or is unfamiliar, what do? This theory suggests that people have curiosity because they want to gather information about something that they don't know, or they are unfamiliar with. This theory would make sense. I mean, if I would tell you the entire answer in the title, you would not click. You want to see what this video is about, and you want to gather information about this video. Even though you have never before seen this video, or even me, would you need this information anywhere else? Maybe if you want to brag to your friends? Or maybe you have a quiz, or maybe something else. This theory suggests that we are curious, that we can avoid things we don't know, or are familiar with. That means, if you are on some kind of trip where you need to answer questions, and you don't yet know which questions will come up, but it could be anything, you are curious, that you can watch, and know everything. When there are 2 or more cognitive structures that are logically inconsistent, arousal is increased, which activates different processes with the consequence of increasing consistency and decreasing arousal. Doesn't make sense if you think about it the first time, but if you think about it again, it could make sense. For the small brainers here, if you don't know 2 or more things, arousal is increased, in which you will become curious, and increases consistency, and decreases arousal. Yeah, still doesn't make that much sense to me. Knowing is a reward. Think about it, what is better? Knowing, or unknowing something? Clearly knowing. This theory suggests that we think of knowledge as a reward, so we are curious to get to the reward, and so win. For the neurobiology nerds out there, wanting and desiring new information involves, or more, directly involves mesolimbic pathways in the brain, also known as the reward pathway. These mesolimbic pathways also are account for dopamine activation. That means, if we register knowledge as an reward in our brain, and we know more stuff, that releases dopamine, that makes us happy. So, knowledge is happiness. Now, what do we need to actually feel curiosity? Motivation and reward are naturally tied to the notion of curiosity. That is tied to the reward pathway we talked about earlier. In this pathway, many neurotransmitters play a role in the activated of the reward feeling, including dopamine, and also serotonin and opioid chemicals. Dopamine is linked to curiosity, because it's responsible for assigning and retaining reward values of information gained. Thanks to research we found out that higher amounts of dopamine is released when the reward is unknown and the stimulus is unfamiliar. Now it's complicated time. The nucleus accumbens is important in reward pathway activation. It's a formation of neurons. There is then the caudate nucleus, which is a region of the brain which is highly responsive to dopamine and is another component of the reward pathway. There is the anterior cortices, which correspond to both conflict, arousal and, as such, seem to reinforce certain exploratory modules of curiosity. And also cortisol, which is a chemical known for its role in stress regulation. Next part of curiosity is attention, which is important to the understanding of curiosity. It correlates with one's abilities to focus and concentrate of particular stimuli in the surrounding environment. Attention allows the brain to better focus on the most important or relevant parts of these stimuli. The striatum, which is a part of the brain which coordinates motivation with body movement, which would make sense to play a role in attention and reward anticipation. The precuneus, which is a region of the brain that is involved in attention, episodic memory, and visuospatial processing. There also has been found a correlation between the amount of gray matter in the precuneus and the levels of curious behaviors, which suggests that the precuneus density has an influence of levels of curiosity. Last part in curiosity is memory, which also has an important role in the understanding of curiosity. Curiosity is at the most with unfamiliar stimuli, and memory helps us figure out if these stimuli actually are unfamiliar. To determine if the stimulus is novel, you need memory, because memory is the process by which the brain can store and access information. The hippocampus and the parahippocampal gyrus. The hippocampus is important in memory formation. Thanks to research we found out that the hippocampus is involved in generating the underlying motivation to explore for the purpose of learning. The parahippocampal gyrus, which is the aura of gray matter that surrounds the hippocampus. Then there is the amygdala, which is associated with emotional processing, mostly for the emotion of fear, but also memory. The amygdala is important in processing emotional reactions towards novel or unexpected stimuli. There are also two classifications of types of curiosity: state curiosity, and trait curiosity. State curiousness is like wondering why things happen for the sake of just curiousness, for example, why rubies are red. But trait curiosity is more like learning, traveling to an unknown place, or trying out a new sport or food. But there is a dark side to curiosity. You will know what it is. I just need to show you some examples: footage from GoPro inside of car accident car, or accidental drive over of a pedestrian footage, or John F. Kennedy assassination footage. Would you click any of these videos? Because this is morbid curiosity. Morbid curiosity is the curiosity of object of violence, or any other thing that may cause harm physically or emotionally. It's the need to understand or make sense of topics that surround harm, violence or death.